There we go.
Thank you, Kayla. No, and that's really, really important.
You can't see.
Okay, Riley, or Amy, that's fine. I mean, it's sad because what it says to me is that you won't participate in class and you'll lose points for doing that, but.
Did you make sure it was video and not picture this time?
Positive. Yeah. We don't need to discuss it anymore. It is behind us. Okay. So, we've got so far this nice opening bun. When you address a topic in a paragraph, you want to be able to like hold it in your hands. You want to be able to have a graspable understanding of the topics that you are going to be introduced to. And these patties are the big, fat, nice evidence pieces that you pull out of the text. So we will break all of this down a little bit better. We'll look at we'll look at question 10, exercise 10. Question 10, and we'll pull it apart a little bit better. But like yesterday, the question was, what kind of person is our character? You could respond to that in a Berger essay format, because if you wanted to say the character was not intelligent, funny, and an instigator of bad ideas, those are three really nice patty topics for you to use.
Just instigating.
Instigating problems. If someone's instigating something, they are promoting and creating bad habits. Are you still chewing on the same cookie, or you just put them behind you and are continuing to eat them?
The same cookie.
Okay.
Sorry.
Chew faster. Put it away. So,
Savor the flavor.
as I said yesterday, when you are picking these three patty topics, if you are saying that he is very funny or that he is a bad influence, you're going to take little details like lettuce and tomatoes or onions and cheese and ketchup and mayonnaise or ketchup and mustard, thank you, it's never going to come out, and pickles. And you're using these flavors to support your evidence. You're using the flavors of the text to help support this evidence.
I have a question. So is the patties like the main thing, and then these are like things that come off of it?
Supporting evidences. Yes. Yes, the details, exactly. These
Yeah.
are this is your citation and your supporting of your citation. So, what's nice and fun about having a Berger as a reference in your mind onto how to write a paper is sometimes you don't need to have 3 patties as part of your paper. Sometimes you need 2 or 1 or many, many more. Sometimes you'll need 20. Sometimes you're going to keep using onions more than once, or you're going to use pickles more than once. But the bottom line is that you can adjust this kind of structure to help you write paragraphs for the rest of your life, which is why I'm using it in the first place, because it's flexible. It's flexible so that you're answering the questions, you're feeding the hungry customer the burger that they need. Perfect. There. So, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, cheese, ketchup, and mustard. These delicious parts give flavor to the patties that need to be connected and supported. These appear as directly as quotes from the text. These are different evidences, you might notice, because you should always bring the flavors to the burger. And then the end bun. To help sum up and capture the burger so that it doesn't all fall apart, you have to have the bottom bun to restate the opening bun's points with all the added flavors from the essay. What do you want the reader to walk away digesting? Make a statement that the reader will understand and that pulls the entire burger together. Ta-da! You now have a delicious burger paper. Now all your burger papers will have different points and flavors, but the more you practice, the better your essays will be. You'll learn what ingredients look good, what ingredients to look for, how to adjust the quantities and how to apply them to please the customer. Happy writing. So, we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but this is a nice analogy for us to look at. Huh?
138.
We're on, 138, 139, and 140-ish, because the question's on 140, but anyway. So let's say we're still given this question. So I guess, okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. Look at question 10 again and read through the passage again. I want you to pull out 3 different ideas and supporting evidences of what question 10 is asking of you. So it's asking you, make sure I get the exact question. What can you tell about the kind of person the narrator is? Support your answer with evidence from the passage. So what kind of person is our narrator? I want you to read through, yes, Riley? Oh, never mind. Read through the passage. Look for these supporting evidences. so that you can see, you can start stacking them up, knowing that we're gonna make a burger, an essay. So go ahead and read, I will come around and check your homework while you are doing this. So find 3 supporting evidences of who the narrator is, what kind of person is the narrator. We talked about some yesterday, so if you can remember some from yesterday, then at least look for supporting details. Look for exact quotes to pull out of the text.
You want to put an actual response to it, or just jot down ideas?
Jot down ideas. You can write down ideas, make notes of them, so that you can come back to this.
Pleasure.
If you can support it, you can put whatever you want.
Do people really like this?
In the world? Yes, there are people in the world like this. No, when you ever
I
meet,
do.
you just distance, to create distance.
Just walk away like you never know.
Yep.
Or just help them.
Nope, there's no helping. I want to use this today. Is that okay? The narrator is a terrible person. Can I use your opening paragraph statement? Okay. Because it's like a very good top button, and I love it, so I'm taking it from you. I want to give it to the class.
Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm trembling.
It's all cost, oh yeah. No,
Here we go.
Special.
Hold on.
It's not Pascal, the wizard off of the communion off of Tangled.
I think it is probably, it's spelt differently though.
I think it's a Pascal, like the way it's spelled.
How many? How many things you want that?
I want you to find like three, what word am I looking for? 3 ways that he is, 3 personality characteristics he has, and 3 supporting evidences is fine. If you can find more than one piece of evidence for a characteristic, that will do much better too, so don't limit yourself. You want to use 3 characteristics. Good, I'm glad to see that you guys are working towards it. Sierra's gone, so I'm stealing her word. But look at her rewritten section. It's very nice and long. You can see that there's a lot of supporting evidence. So, and yes, you ladies up front, you can also hold yours up. You can see,
Oh, yeah.
this is a very nice, Jordan, thank you.
2 sentences. Same.
But these are the kind of responses that I want to see. If you guys have an open response, like question number 10, you should definitely be writing multiple sentences. You should have paragraphs building on each other with a question like this. So,
Okay, I found 3, and then I found a reason for each of them.
is everyone almost done, or do you need a few more minutes?
I found 5.
I just knowing where they are in the text, being able to reference them.
And I keep reading. I have bad.
No. Are you guys almost, is everyone done? Do you need a few more minutes? Yes, okay, sorry, I didn't get any. You may read. The color of my soul.
What?
Oh my god. Hey, okay. I'm gonna paint your nails.
Jenny, you can try.
Not that very good.
Who else then?
If you can find more than one piece of supporting evidence for these, that's good too. But you might not be able to, that's okay, but
Well,
We'll see.
more like not intelligent. I just don't wanna write it.
there's a few examples of it in there.
I found them.
Okay, I held up the word because it was a prime example of what I'm looking for.
Prime.
Actually,
Prime.
excellent example.
It was
What are you doing? A square.
Yeah, I know. Square.
You said prime when you did it.
Oh.
Oops, doesn't matter. Okay. English class. English class now.
What are we doing?
You guys are reading through, looking for examples to support evidence. Three patties worth of evidence.
Can I just use these?
Absolutely.
I have 4. I have quite a few actually. Shocker, I'm an overachiever.
What? Olivia. Oh my goodness. She's done 4. Everyone else
I
can
can
go
go
more.
5.
I'm just kidding, I don't care.
She says that she has 4.
There's probably another reason, I'm just don't care. Yeah.
That's like the most dramatic sentence I've ever read.
What is it?
The last sentence.
Crazy brothers, beers, and crazy cankers, truth, right,
You have to
truth,
read it in a funny thing.
You can't
Not
put
that it's wrong.
So, when we start writing, you guys have found at least 3 examples, which are nice. So I want to hear some of your examples that we talked about some yesterday, so you can bring some up from yesterday too. Olivia, start us off.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Because of the, would you like a bag of candy?
I'll get
Nice.
supporting evidence later, Sierra.
idiotic.
Oh, I got a good one.
Can you guys read this in the back of the room? Mostly you, Connor. Can you read any of what's on the board, even
Just
though my
say
pen
yes.
is terrible?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You need to scoot up closer.
Yeah.
Okay. So bring a chair around somewhere. Yes, you can switch with Sierra. Or Sierra can see from the back of the room then. At least she has glasses.
Go grab my glasses.
Why would you come into class without your glasses? Why would you do it? You sit in the back.
Glasses here so you don't
Just
forget that.
switch. Just switch. It's fine.
Can I like leave my glasses on your desk?
I do not want to. I'm not responsible for your glasses. No.
I got one.
Take your names. They're switching. Thank you, Sierra, for moving. Okay. What other examples?
None, thank you.
Bad influence.
Happens about every day.
Someone else. Someone else.
Funny.
Yes.
Scary.
I've been waiting.
I'm sorry. Funny. Anyone else? Riley.
Stupid.
Here's the
Stupid.
So we've got creepy, idiotic, or stupid. Bad influence, funny. Does anyone else have anything? Huh? I mean, that kind of goes into his funniness, right? But, or it goes into his
It's all
stupidity.
feathers, kind of.
Let's stick with these four, because I think these are gonna make us a good paper. So, okay, so we're answering a question. So we have to come up with a good opening statement with this top bun idea to introduce someone who's going to eat this burger to our beautiful burger. So,
There has to be 11 on it.
Burgers for bucks.
we are answering,
Shut up.
thank you, Aiden. Okay, on number 10, can someone please read the question for me out loud one time? Go ahead, Kaya.
What can you tell about the person the narrator is? Support your answer with evidence from the passage.
So what can you tell about what kind of person the narrator is? So we are answering this question. What kind of person is the narrator? How would you respond to that question to open up a forum of discussion almost?
Repeat what you said, please.
How can we answer this question? How can we begin to answer this question that will open up for us the introduction of these characteristics? Riley has an excellent example, so I will pull that up, but I want to see what you guys come up with first too. Yes, Olivia.
This may be wrong, but you like, you kind of like name what you're gonna talk about, or, but.
Okay, so we're gonna name what we're gonna talk about. Yes, Sarah.
Rephrase the question.
Rephrase the question, good. And do you have anything? So could anyone, if you want to start by writing it down, that's fine, but let's rephrase the question and list some of our ideas here. So how can we rename the question in a way that shows that we are answering it? Kaya, I'd love to hear from you.
The narrator in this story is creepy, idiotic, a bad influence, but funny.
Creepy, idiotic. Is there something you?
Obviously, he's not okay.
I know.
Just hearing people laugh makes me want to clap. Problems.
So the narrator in the story is creepy, idiotic, and a bad influence, all while being funny, but let's make it a little bit nicer by saying through humor.
But he's still creepy, idiotic, and bad influence. But he has humor.
Yes, so the narrator in this story is creepy, idiotic, and a bad influence through humor.
I think you need a new marker.
What does that mean?
I know I do, I don't wanna give up my blue marker.
How many markers do you go through and only?
You just need glasses.
None, I think that they just need to point downwards so the ink drains to the tip. Anyway, okay.
Point them upwards.
Why?
That's a good question.
That's counterproductive. I just said why I would not do that.
Let's go to the
I can't do this. Okay, so we've got this beautiful, the narrator of the story is creepy, idiotic, and a bad influence through humor. Here are some examples. Now we have to like transition, because we've got this beautiful opening statement and we've started to answer the question, but we haven't supplied any supporting details yet as to why the narrator is like this. So we need to have a transitional sentence. Does anyone have a good one that we can use?
This is what? This is what?
Well, kind of. I mean, you're basically saying, and this is why, but we want it to be digestible and pretty. So,
Which is why I always do it in pen.
Here are a few reasons that this guy
He's
is
insane.
creepy, idiotic, and bad influence, but has humor.
How is that cute?
Huh?
How is that cute?
Where's Bart? I don't know. That was
What?
Are you okay? You don't seem like it.
Where did he go?
Come on.
Come on, can I touch him?
Yeah.
eaten our way through the top bun of this paper.
No.
No pun intended.
Cookies.
Okay,
I just want Doritos. That one.
there's nothing I can do. I've only got red markers left and those are hideous. I refuse to
Next
use
time
them.
I go to the store, I'm buying you new markers.
Oh, thanks.
Or be
Okay.
colorful.
So here's the deal. So what I want you to do is get into like 3 separate groups, and each of you is going to either work on,
I'm working on idiotic stupid. I wanna work on that too.
Me too.
okay, the 4 of you can be together. Pick up
You
your
go
funny.
bye-bye.
You wanna do funny?
You
Who wants to
go
do funny?
bye.
You wanna do funny? Come over here.
Oh, yeah.
So you 4 ladies. That's fine.
Where's
So you-
Olivia gonna sit?
This can be done silently. The rest of you ladies, do you wanna do a bad influence or creepy?
Can I do creepy by myself?
Creepy. I'll do creepy with her.
Should probably bring
You
a
wanna
chair
do
over
creepy?
here.
Do you two
but
wanna do
I had a plan.
bad influence or do you wanna help work with
Oh,
creepy?
man.
I didn't see that coming.
What is Olivia doing?
I just didn't
Olivia,
see
you're
it.
over here with us.
She's over here. There's a group of 4.
What?
There's a group of
Oh, are you guys all a group of 5? Did you guys all?
I can do bad. I'll do
I
that.
just stood there, so
Okay. Bad influence, you guys are doing, sorry.
we got plenty.
Idiotic.
Yeah, plenty.
You wanna write?
I would not leave.
A-I-Y-A?
Tell you
Oh,
that.
I-Y.
A-Y?
A-I. Ask my mom, I couldn't tell you why. A-H.
Oh. I was like, I don't know why I was like, okay, so what I want you guys to do now is come up with a sentence that helps us say, our narrator is blank because he does this in the story, which supports my evidence here. Okay.
We're doing bad influence.
We all know who's doing funny.
Plenty of examples.
Boys.
You're fine.
The reworm.
Olivia and Taylor doing bad influence? Or you're just doing creepy?
We're doing creepy.
Okay.
So I want you guys to come up with a burger statement and then some leafy goody stuff to help support
Do
it.
you want us, how many, if there's more than one, do you want us to?
Yeah, include more than one, absolutely.
If
Well,
there's
how,
multiple,
so if you have multiple supporting evidences, here's what you also need to consider. If you have multiple supporting evidences, you also need to give reasons for why they support them separately. There should not be a combination support. Yes, Sarah?
What is apparition?
An apparition?
You want a chair?
Get a chair.
Apparition is like it's a Harry Potter word.
oh my god.
An apparition is an entity, a thing that is, it doesn't exist, it's like a ghost, a vision.
It's kind of like a dementor.
Kind of, but less real. If you apparate,
Yeah.
You disappear and you come back.
yes. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, do you feel adored? Oh, okay. You're not feeling adored.
She's like, tell them what they are.
Yep, perfect, and then you can list the quote, go ahead. Or you could say, he said, and then list the quote, and then, which tells us that he does not know how to use the term funnel paper. The more that you work with this, the better you can start blending it all together, but anyway, so. No worries.
Is mine good?
Do this creepy. Miss Bethel, can you do your Hey Little Boy impression?
No.
Oh, that
Oh,
was.
that
It was, that died yesterday.
I'm very sad that we didn't get that recorded too, because
I can't believe this, the fact that Mr. Cook laughed really demonstrates how bad that was. He does not laugh. This demonstrates that he can't use big words correctly.
Alone when you
It's
guys
funny, you just-
Okay.
I wouldn't laugh.
People wrote down their plan.
Please do it.
I just remember it, it was a spur of the moment.
Something about you.
No, shh. Sorry, don't, you guys have to keep talking, but stay on topic. Anyway.
It's going slowly. She's looking mighty soft.
Good. So make sure that you to support that with a statement that helps you, that helps like your reader understand what you're thinking, because we can see that it's funny, but why?
The boy has a jelly arm.
Exactly, you can say that because it just paints the picture for us that this kid is fighting like a piece of, like a big cinnamon bear. He's got this gummy attitude about fighting, he's literally useless. Yeah, so make sure that you add why it is funny, because it paints the image of us, of this man wrestling a 4-year-old. He was some little kid who was fighting like a gummy bear.
But it seemed
Was he 15? I don't know, I feel like a 15-year-old would fight like a welterweight cinnamon bear.
The boy was the kid boy of 10. Oh my, I felt bad.
It was between the two of ours, actually. He's a bad person because he has, not just some bad ideas, but he has like,
He uses
so
big
bad ideas.
and uses big
So
words.
he's a bad person because he's had some, you already used the word bad up here, so it's poor ideas.
No, that's not a
He's a
big
bad
word.
person because he has used poor ideas. That kid.
No, that one's a real word. It's just rarely used, but this one right here is
Especially when it's
come on.
No.
Okay, what do you want us to do when we're done?
Wait. Because he has some bad ideas he goes through it. And that impacts his way that he thinks. That results in the abduction of a child.
Throwing rocks.
Okay, so think about that.
No, that's
Because he
the
has some bad
narrative.
ideas that, work on it a little bit more. I'll come back around.
Got 2 things so far.
No.
I got 2
Please
patties.
work.
We need the 3rd patty.
My handwriting looks
Yeah, you can tell which one.
What are you talking about crying?
Oh, you're still working on it, okay.
Well, I thought.
They were.
Yes, it is today. We'll work.
It is today.
If it
That was
isn't,
one of the
spell
most
check with
terrible
Alice.
things I just ever saw.
I don't know if you purpose by making up words, talking about his made up words.
Can we open
That's,
up?
that's called irony. Yeah, if you want to crack one around just, that's okay.
Sarah, that one.
Yes.
That's what you like.
You got two down.
And the story's funny. A grown man who was big boys being big. That's big for us, yeah. I'm not even. Okay. Business. Okay, so here's, you guys are a patty. Each section, each table group is a patty.
Oh, not
So we
bad.
got 2 patties over here.
So you guys have like a really juicy patty. You guys have a patty with lots of good lettuce, lots of grease, lettuce, tomatoes, mustard. If you hate all the garbagey stuff like I do, just like really fried onions, like caramelized onions on this. It's so on.
Sounds pretty tasty.
Caramelized onions. What? I can't do this, not right now. Okay, bottom line, so here's what I want you boys to work on next, is to get these into,
Oh no, you guys should start this book now.
You gotta kiss the book.
No.
No, you don't.
Make it better.
Here we go.
Okay.
Mine still says one.
Well, it's going to be permanently damaged. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is to take this and make this into a statement that's fleshed out like what we did earlier. So you have your points, but I want you to make good, like, fleshed out. Thank you.
It sounds
Actually,
So we add them together and just.
I want you to make nice sentences out of them now. So you say, the narrator of the story demonstrates his humor when he describes a fight or describes his, brawl with a boy. And then you use the quote, this boy fought like a little boy gummy bear, or whatever, cinnamon bear. This is a humorous image to us as readers because what he's showing us is that this 10-year-old is fighting like a useless candy gummy bear. Flesh it out.
It's like, what? Do you want us to do a closing statement for this too?
Huh?
Are we doing a closing statement for this?
Let's keep riding this
No, we'll
one.
do that together.
Use the level. I don't know.
You wanna take my statement right
Oh, yes, I wanna, okay, so here's one that, careful, please stop flicking garbage on the floor. Okay,
We flushed it.
I'm gonna collect you all back together again so that I'm gonna have you all individually just share up verbally with me what you wrote. But I wanted to talk about Riley's introduction for a minute. Because what she said yesterday was the narrator is a terrible person. He is not smart, can't use big words, and has no common sense. That is so perfect for what we did today. And she wrote it. That was Riley's work? Yes. Beautiful. So, they're not. They're just boys. So,
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
alright, I'm giving up and switching to red. So, let's start with, how did we list this? The story is creepy. Our creepy group, would you give us what you said? Yeah.
Our narrator is creepy because he says, "Hey little boy, would you like to have a bag of candy in the nice ride?" Page 139. And he says, "When this kidnapping idea struck us," page 138, as well as, "But at last we got him down in the bottom of the buggy and drove away," page 139 also. We selected for our victim, page 138. These show that he has a creepy side to him for even thinking about kidnapping a 10-year-old kid for money. And having a creepy friend that says that will cost the old man an extra $500 when he gets hit in the face with a brick.
It's a piece of a brick, not a whole brick.
Well, it could have been a whole brick, you never know. It could have been like a
So,
piece of
what
brick.
they did, which was very nice, is introduce this person, our narrator is creepy because, and they made a list of evidence. They would have a list and they'd cite it with the page number and then support their evidence with a statement that said, when he threatened to kidnap a boy, you can see that that's creepy because non-creepy people wouldn't offer to kidnap a boy. So that would be a burger and some cheese and onions that you would put as in the next section on to our piece. So let's go to, what do we do next? Idiotic?
Stupid.
Idiotic and stupid?
We had different ones.
Oh, okay.
You read yours.
Smash them together.
All of them. Narrator in the story is idiotic, and these are a few quotes from him that demonstrate this. He said, "There was a town down there as fat as a flannel cake and called Summit, of course." Page 138. This shows that he does not know the meaning of the word summit, which is a very typical word to have in your vocabulary. The narrator also said it contained inhabitants of as undeleterious and self-satisfied a class of peasantry as ever clustered around the maypole. Page 138. This statement shows his unintelligence because of his use of the word undeleterious, which is not a word.
Perfect. So that's another fantastic, we would put that below. Something you have to consider when you're adding things separately is that there's going to have to be transitional comments, because I cannot possibly write everything that you guys set up on the board. We'll work on those some other time, but these are fantastic statements. Let's look, I want to hear that influence.
I have a question though. Is my sentence one? It says, He is a bad person because he makes important deals that get him in trouble.
Perfect.
I
So,
didn't write this, but I
he's
have
a bad
to
person
write it.
because he gets people in trouble, and then what are your supporting evidences?
Kidnapping children to get money, which is all he wants them to do.
Has bad grammar, overall.
Okay, so bad
That's
people have bad
bad.
grammar, but,
Okay.
but anyway, he
That
offers to kidnap a child, so we've got that as a quote. How would you back that quote up? How would you restate that to connect it to the fact that he's a bad person?
Because kidnapping is never okay.
Awesome, simple, sweet, to the point, but that works. Okay, and then funny.
Okay. The narrator demonstrates his humorous features by saying the boy fights like a welterweight cinnamon bear on page 139. And he also uses big words and fake words to try to seem smart, but it's funny to us sophisticated people. And he also says,
That's good.
he also says that calls the lamb flat, like a flannel cake or whatever. But it says, of course it is called summit, when clearly summit means
So his fun, his humor and his stupidity come together.
Hey, Aiden. Got a
Awesome,
question. How did you guys spell sophisticated?
doesn't matter.
SOPHICATED.
Is that how you spell it?
Sophisticated.
Sounds good.
Actually, it's entirely irrelevant. So, we've come up with all of these fantastic, he's creepy, idiotic, stupid, and a bad influence. So now we have all of these beautiful burger meat patties with all of this supporting evidence. You guys did super fantastic, so let's tie it all together. How should we tie it all together?
Just
You put them
glue the paper together.
But you have to add
Because,
junctions.
oh, okay, that's kind of a good start. So we kind of want to restate what we set up here, because we want to make sure that when the reader gets to the end of the burger, we're making a whole statement. And a whole statement can be made by referencing what we've introduced already. These are the points that we're trying to make, these are our evidences, and now, what point did we make?
That he is weird.
Creepy, idiotic,
Scary.
bad influence.
Flush
and
the toilet.
What?
That's what she told us,
No, she didn't say the toilet though, did she?
she said to flush it.
What? Told us to flush.
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 Duh. As in like our thingy thing you said.
Yeah,
I need you to flush it out.
Yeah, not toilet, what are you doing?
You know what? Toilet flush, same exact thing.
Okay, so the narrator
Flush.
The narrator
Yeah.
Like this.
is, and we're just all of above. The narrator of this piece is,
How does Johnny go by so fast?
I don't know. It is so quick. Okay, let's finish this up really quickly. So, the narrator in this piece is creepy, idiotic, bad influence, and funny. But scary. What else can we state to help bring this together? What big world picture do we want these people to walk away with?
Don't trust people who offer you candy.
Don't kidnap children.
Okay?
Stay away from people like this narrator.
Okay? So, let's work with that one a little bit, because I like it.
What?
No, it's good.
From people.
Stay away from people that seem like the narrator.
Against the
Is one.
right against it, so it's like
This
flush.
is
It's not even- it's like
bad.
being-
If you see this man, run away.
Yeah. You don't want to.
Run away.
I just ran this stupid also because just right down her ass and kidnappers acting like a stupid baby lie.
Wait, what is it?
It's pretty simple. What? Oh, I am. I'm gonna make a man bun.
I hope in like 4 years when you graduate, that's like, you got your senior picture of your
Like
face,
Ryder
and then the
Rice.
other picture is like of your man bun.
Right
It's
or
gonna be
right?
good. It's gonna be good.
Danny.
Okay,
We still have a man bun.
I haven't seen these in
So the narrator in this piece is creepy, idiotic, bad influence, and funny. This man demonstrates to us undesirable qualities, which are presented, which are presented with humor. And what does presenting all this with humor help help us to do with this? Do we use catharsis?
It makes us
What?
kind of think that it's
Sorry.
never gonna happen, the way that he has it in. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Let's see.
Now it's flush.
Stop throwing a toilet. I don't know what to do.
I'm drawing a
Can we go back to
Stop throwing things that are
Flush.
flush. Doesn't matter. Okay, so the narrator in this piece is everything above. This man demonstrates to us undesirable qualities, which are presented with humor, so we don't question
what
what we're
happened.
reading.
Question our life?
No,
Not that deep.
maybe not question, maybe something else.
Well,
How can we
we're
finish
trying to
this
figure
up?
out right now.
We're trying to make a nice, good ending statement
Okay,
so
and then-
that we've got
Stay
it.
away from people like this man.
Stay away from man's,
Stay away from people like this guy.
his humor makes him a lot
Here we
less
go.
creepy, but he's
So we still breathe.
I can picture him with his buck teeth and his man bun. And his little sandals on his feet, walking around.
I wasn't really picturing that. I was picturing a guy wearing like cowboy boots and
Yeah.
a giant cowboy hat or a baseball hat.
There we go.
Mine is much better.
Yes.
So this man demonstrates to us undesirable qualities which are presented with humor so we can laugh and learn not to imitate who he is.
Okay, I'm going to my seat. No problem.
No promises.
Okay. So tomorrow we're going to start looking at Edgar Allan Poe. You guys don't have homework tonight?
Yay, I like Edgar Allan Poe. Can we read
But
it?
you have to keep this in the front of your mind because after we read Edgar Allan Poe, I know you're so excited, we're going to demonstrate this from our reading.
He's a creepy one.
Oh, the one that wrote that
heart
I don't
Did
worry
you
about
have the
it.
heart one?
Spelling and word of the week tomorrow.
The one, can we read the story where the guy lost his heart or whatever?
We're reading the Telltale Heart.
Yes! We've already read it.
That doesn't matter.
Not in class, we got
Oh,
read. What'd you say? Yeah, but it was awesome.
I will sign your planners as you walk out the door.
everyone's
Beep.
quiet.
Oh.
Did you say?
Another minute?
Do we not need our grammar books anymore for a while?
Not for a while, no. Cause yeah, we're just gonna work at a literature.
Just in our literature?
Yeah, until I think I'm gone, then we're just gonna do literature, so.
Word of the week
How
tomorrow.
long are you gonna be? I'm here for 3 more weeks.
All right, boys.
I've been here since January 2nd.
That's too short.
There we go.
Longer than that.
Yeah, I found it on Mr. Cook's desk, so I'm using that today.
Oh, hello. You're still videotaping.
Did you do anything wrong?
What is your signature?
No, it's an S and a P.
You should like let me stop the video.
You can't tell when it's.
Sorry, that's on the wrong side.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I signed it already. Alright, you guys are dismissed. Have a good Wednesday.
Hey, Connor?
Huh?
Your cookies, Connor.
Oh.
Thank you for bringing your planner to class today. Bring your glasses next time.
You're welcome.
Bring
I'll
more
just
cookies.
throw it away. It's empty.
It's empty. You eat don't eat cookies in my class. Ugh. Can I see the freedom? Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Please tell me, did you bad?
No, you don't.
This grammar is not my forte.
No, you would, actually, I think you did the best in the class. In a good way. You're welcome. Okay. So you got curriculum medal 51 on this is just your practice, sorry. Yeah,
Which one?
You got, that's in, that one. Fruits and vegetables are nutritious, the to eat, because all you did was underline and it's an adjective. So, and you actually got that right, you just didn't underline, so you got half the points on that.
Okay.
What chapter do you want me to get to tomorrow? You were supposed to get to 12:4 Friday anyway, did you already make it there?
No, I'm on chapter 8.
saying that you only have to make it to 12, because I gave you that, it's a big chunk of text because you're supposed to be gone today.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
consider it like you're supposed to be gone today. Okay, yeah. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.